Okay, we're going to use this set of scores. We're going to find the range, the interquartile range and the standard deviation. I'm recording this basically so that if you need to go over how to do it on your calculator, you can. Okay? For those of you who have not done it on your calculator before. Alright, before we start entering data into the calculator, and to be honest, for the first two parts of this question, we're not really going to need the calculator, but it's handy to have it. And we'll do a bit of the calculator stuff first. Actually, no, we'll do the range first. Range is fairly straightforward, highest minus lowest. So what do you got? Highest score there is 92, and they've done it nicely, they've got it in order. It won't always be in order.
It'll be 44.
It would be 44, would it?
No, 46.
Write down your thinking. What's your highest?
45.
It's not in the highlighter, that would be silly. Highest?
92.
92. What's your lowest?
45.
45. If you need to, put that into a calculator and get the answer 47.
Yeah, I was about to say 47.
Yeah, you've already said four numbers, didn't you?
Two.
Doesn't count.
Because 45 plus 45 is 90, and just add 2 to you.
But you didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Next one, interquartile range. What do you got to do?
I got.
Got to find the.
How do you find the interquartile range?
Take the two halves.
Find the median. Then
Find the median. What's the median?
69.
Awesome. Don't say that out loud, Levi, I'll hear you. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
Now, how do we find the upper quartile and the lower quartile?
After that,
Nothing to do with half of it.
in between each side of the median.
Middle.
Of the median.
Okay. Which one is it? What is it?
87 and 62.
So you reckon 87 and 62?
No, because it's not in order. You've got to.
It's 87
and 50. No.
First thing you do, put them in order. 45, 50, 62,
69.
69,
Oh my god.
75, 87,
92.
92. Alright, now they're in order, you can start dealing with it. What's your median? Still the same?
69.
Okay, now what?
50 and 87.
Okay, cool.
37.
So what's your interquartile range?
87 take away 50 is 37.
Now, because you've got an odd number of scores, it makes it really easy. Okay? Because we take the median. Now, if we had an even number of scores, you'd have to add the two together and find the average. Okay? But then those two that you added together would still be part of the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Okay? Because you haven't used them. In this case, we've used 69. It is our median. So we don't use it when we're finding the interquartile range. Okay? Alright, so we've got that. Now we're on to the standard deviation. Alright. Entering the data. First thing you got to do with your calculator is you need to get it set up for statistics mode. Do you guys know how to do that?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Mode 2.
Okay, so let's go mode 2. That's great.
1.
Okay, so we're doing one variable. I've got a frequency column. I don't need one for this particular question, but if you do you know how to get the frequency column on there?
Oh, it's something you go into shift and all that.
Let's have a look. Shift setup, so it's shift mode.
You go down.
Okay? Then you've got all these options that we don't really care about unless you're getting it back into degrees mode from radians. Not that you guys use radians. Press the down arrow and you've got your statistics there, number 3.
Yeah.
Go to number 3, the only option you've got is frequency on or off. Now mine was on, so I don't have to turn it on if I want it on, but I'm going to turn it off for now, just to show you that when I go back to my mode stats, one variable, I don't have a frequency column anymore. Cool? So that's how you turn it on and off. You don't have to have it if you don't need it, but if you've got it there, it won't hurt. So shift mode, down, 3, 1. Now I've got a frequency column. Okay? It doesn't hurt because it'll automatically put in a frequency of 1 each time you enter it. Okay? So, entering the data. You guys all know how to enter the data?
Yeah.
45 equals 50 equals 62 equals 69 equals 75 equals 87 equals 92 equals. Now they're all frequency of 1, so we don't have to worry about that. So you're all good with that? Okay, now this is where trust comes in. You have to trust your calculator. Press all clear.
It's made by man.
It is still there.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's
Because
important.
then you get rid of it.
It's important that you're able to believe that it will still be there, because otherwise people freak out.
We have to do is press the up here. It's back.
Okay, so it's important to believe that it'll still be there. Now, you've got your data in there. What do we need to find out? Cool. If you want to find the mean, if you want to find the highest or the amount of scores or all of that, you can do it through this as well. So do you know how to do that? We've got the data in there now. Shift 1. Guys. So we do the shift 1 thing. Shift 1 brings up the statistics. You've got 5 different options on this particular calculator. Okay? Now, you've got the type, the data, the sum, the variable, and the minimax. If you press 5, you can have a look at the mini and maximum. We don't care about that right now, so we're going to go shift 1 again. Oops. We'll go shift 1, bring it up. We'll go to variable, because that's what we want. You can either work out the number of items, which is number 1, the mean, which is number 2, which one is that? Population standard deviation is number 3, and sample standard deviation. Now, it says find the standard deviation. Which one?
You guys sample, because I don't think that'd be a full population.
What's it say? Oh, it says for the set of scores. Yeah? I think I have to go over to the next page to see what they say. No, they don't. Okay, that's nice of them. Okay. So it says enter the set of scores. What would I reckon? It says for the set.
For this
I use population. Because it hasn't told you what it's for, so it doesn't really matter. We'll do both, and I'll just show you that there is a difference. But if it doesn't say, and there is no way of knowing whether this is all of the scores, because realistically there's 4 of you guys in the class, just because there's only 4 pieces of data doesn't mean it's not the population. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to assume, because it says for the set, if it said for this sample of scores, then you use sample. But we're going to use for the set. So we're going to use population standard deviation, which is number 3. We're going to hit equals and it'll give us that answer. So, and there is another way of telling in this particular case. How? Give you a hint. Look at the answer.
It's written on the paper.
Bingo. The actual notation is written on there. Oh, don't do that. The actual notation is written there. Sigma n. Okay. So what do we get? We got 16.36. We'll do it to 2 decimal places for now. All happy with that?
Yeah.
All right. If I wanted the other one, I'll just go back and go shift 1, 4, and I'll go sample standard deviation, and it's 17.67. Sample standard deviation, by definition, will always be a little bit higher because you're assuming that there's other people and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's got a accommodator for that.
That's what the function does. Sample standard deviation has a slightly different formula. You don't have to worry about what the formula is, but it has a slightly different formula that will accommodate for the fact that we're not taking everyone.
Well, maths class we have to take and worry about that formula.
Standard deviation, I don't think they even do it in mathematics. I think 3 unit they might look at it, but I don't think they do because they don't do statistics.
So what about switching to 4 unit?
Because they don't do statistics. They do calculus. Okay, we deal with 3 unit, 4 unit. You're dealing with calculus. You're not dealing with statistics. That's one of the limitations of the mathematics course. You don't get to do, if you're not doing general maths, you don't generally do statistics, which is awkward because if you go to university and do a business degree, the first subject you do is Stats 101. If you do a maths degree, you do Stats 101. If you do a science degree, you do Stats 101. It is a very, very common thing for them to get you to do statistics first and set theory and all that sort of thing. And you need to know this sort of stuff. But, having said that, if you're doing engineering...
You don't.
Well, I don't know actually. Some unis might get you to do it. I haven't done engineering. But if you do, you need calculus. You don't get calculus in general maths. Cool. So, horses for courses. Everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've already worked out the interquartile range. All good?
Yeah.
So you've now got instructions on how to use the calculator to do it. Cool.